I am back with you AUD next week analysis. My anticipation what was going to happen next week. Looking at last week, on the week of 12th to around 16th, 16th there, where I saw bulls had managed to take ownership of the market trend. I use H4 as my behavior time frame, and through there I managed to determine which bias I'll go for. However, I anticipated that the bulls will continue their uptrend, but that didn't happen at the start of this week. And if you to see here, this green vertical line, horizontal vertical line, this green line moving up and down, this turned out to be a resistance. So the bears came in so strongly. They tried to test this line again. As you can see, I managed to draw up my supply zone, which is marked gray. This gray line represents my supply zone and managed to become resistance. So you can see the bears came in a little bit strongly, then came back to test it again up here, and then it happened to be a strong supply wall, and we saw a strong empowerment of the market to the downside. I managed to drop some minor supply and demand levels right over here. You can see this one, it's a minor supply level. Price broke through, it tested and broke through and came all the way down to the level of 95.754, created support, and then we saw the bears coming in a bit so strongly. They came and retested the previous minor supply zone, and then we saw bulls coming in again, and we saw this demand zone, which is my yellow line. They broke through, we tested it. We thought the continuation of the bears would be strong, but then the bulls came in so strongly. And then here, right over this zone here, we saw a resistance there formed. But this was a really major demand zone that if you were keen, you were able to catch some trades. As you can see in my past history, I managed to grab some sells and buys, I think I mostly focused on sells. I'm focused on sales. So what I'm looking at is that this has been a major key area, this demand level here. It's been a major key area in the sense that price broke through, faked out, thinking that it was continuing, and turned the opposite direction. So it's one area for one to be very, very keen about. So what am I looking at? If bears do continue to maintain their trend, I will wait for price to retest this demand level. If the candlestick closes bearish, and I'll wait for the retest. And if on my lower time frames show signs that the bears are continuing, I will go in for sales. But like I said, it's a major demand level. Which has seen areas of fake outs. So I've been stopped hunt by this major key level right over here. Be careful about it starting next week. There is other major demand level that I drew up. I anticipate price may break through this one level here, retest, and then palmate up to here, and I can take sales all the way down here. We shall see what happens. But if price breaks through here and fakes us out, retraces, I'll look to take buys up to this minor supply level, or probably this minor supply level right over here. If the bulls continue maintaining their momentum, I'll definitely target these upper areas for TP, and once price reaches here, I'll think of selling again. That's if price does respect my supply zones and demand zones. But simple as that, what I'm looking at next week, I want price to break through, retest. If price closes bullish, I'll have to look for buy positions. But be careful, I'll say this again, be very careful. It's a hot contested zone, has created multiple, these two multiple fake outs. But I always wait for the candlestick close of the 4 hour. I don't trade on Mondays, but Tuesday I hope to get into the markets. So these are my two simplified analysis for this next week. I'm watching out for this major demand level and these two minor supply zones to see what happens. If I see price ping-ponging around here, I'll just definitely look for opportunities to also ping-pong around this area as they take buys or sells. But what matters is the behavior time frame. What is it saying? And also the close of the candlestick. Yes, I guess that's why that. Let's shift to US 30. See what happened. US 30, it was all bears. Bears were in charge of this beautiful trend. So what I'm waiting for, price has closed where price has closed here. Let's see what happened here in the past. I think this is a possible major demand level. So if price does close next week, we'll start on Monday with a bullish candlestick. Be ready for anticipation of buy positions. However, if it does close above, if price does close below this the new demand level that has been created, it will be pure signal. It will be pure signal that the bears are still in charge of the trend, and it's time to look for bears positions on your lower time frames. So that's what happened. It's a really kind of a volatile pair, but let's see what happens on Monday for us. Let's see what happens on Monday. Candlestick close to determine really exactly what will be our biases for start of next week of this US 30. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment, share this baby to other forex traders outside there, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Let's get more subscribers. Always keep it real account, baby. I'm out. Nice weekend.